object in the sky that is headed to us that they're calling it Three-Eye Atlas. In our previous session, we were shown an intergalactic war. We were shown events that were going to take place possibly in the year 2030. And then after that session, there were reports of this object that was a mothercraft or spacecraft heading toward to us. Supposedly, they say to arrive between now and September or November. So we would like to know, what is that? And if this is really happening or a distraction. We want to know, what is that object in the sky? Allow yourself to scan the pages and see what you're able to find.
I see there's a page towards the end, and there's a thing it says ship.
Tell me
And
more.
I see like it looks like a rocket ship in the sky. I'm hearing alien, but it doesn't feel like that.
What
It
does it feel like?
it feels like it's government.
Can you tell me more about that?
I'm hearing strategy. It feels like this is a strategy. It doesn't feel like this is actual aliens coming. This feels government operated.
Does it feel like this is a narrative taking place, or is there an actual craft on its way?
It feels more like a narrative. It feels more like as if it's set up
And why are they playing this narrative now? What is their motive to have this narrative out there?
to take control ahead of time. So this is the first thing that we know about aliens. Our first impression is fear-based.
So, what can we expect to happen if this is a narrative? What can we expect them to tell us about the Atlas 3I? I mean, the 3I Atlas. What will they tell us?
I'm hearing dangerous.
They're going to say that it's dangerous?
Yeah,
And what does this prompt? When they tell us this is dangerous, what do they end up doing?
puts us on their side.
Hmm.
That's what they want.
Can we get a timeline of these events taking place? See what the timeline is.
I'm hearing fall.
And what are we going to notice in the fall?
I feel like before it gets closer, there's going to be a lot more talks about it, like negative publicity. It feels like fear it's gonna create.
And what happens when it creates this fear? The people who created this strategy, what is their end goal? What do
to
they
get
do?
to get us to comply.
And what would we be complying with?
The government, we look at them as the leaders, and it needs to stay that way. And it feels like that's the threat of the aliens coming down. We would look to them as the leader instead.
Is it
So
because right now the leadership, the people are not looking at the government as leaders, or why is this happening now?
they're losing it. It's like they're losing control, and they need to do everything they can to gain it. And so this is part of that, maintaining control, because they're not going to give up control just because they see it's not going in their favor. They see where it's going. They feels like they see the odds are against them, but they're going to keep fighting for control till the end.
So, are there any suspicious activities taking place in the sky right now?
I see satellites that are moving in circles.
Tell me more about that. What is that for?
Feels like there's a lot of monitoring the planet.
And is it monitoring for weather purposes, or what is the
Feels like it's monitoring for like UFO activity, as if they're keeping an eye. It's like as if they know that the aliens want to come down. So they have these, feels like satellites that are circling around, just monitoring, making sure that it's like to keep an eye out for when the ships come in. But this atlas feels, I heard alien, but it feels like that's the label that they're putting on it, but it doesn't feel that at all. It feels, yeah.
who or what is behind this three-eye atlas? So if it is a spacecraft, if it is a ship, you will easily be there in the ship. But if it is not a ship, then we will explore those events to understand the nature of what is happening.
I see an explosion, like as if, but it's going to be, feels like it's going to be diffused, but I feel like it's going to be painted as if, maybe as if it's like an explosion or it's dangerous to the earth.
And what happens next? Let's see what happens next.
I see men, this looks like government men, like clapping and celebrating because their plan worked, like to paint a narrative.
And how did their plan work?
Because they created fear and then they made themselves look like the heroes.
So, with this explosion, do you get a sense that they exploded, created an explosion in the air, or what did they do?
Yeah, it feels like it's very realistic. Like they did this very realistic. It's like they
Mm.
know that they have to get people's trust. And it's just by creating fear, it just naturally causes people to look for leadership. So even if people don't see them as the hero, just by creating fear, they're at an advantage.
So, are then there are no spacecrafts that are coming to the Earth?
I'm not sure. I just see that this one is,
It's a strategy.
yeah,
Okay, very good. Now, when you say was the government, does that mean like the president, or is it above the president or below?
this is so much higher. This is like, because this is like on an agenda level.
Tell me more about that when you say agenda. What does that mean?
Like this is kind of like, I mean, possibly like the moon landing, how
Mm.
it's like that it was such a secret because it was just an agenda, but it's like not that many people can know because it not that many people can know. So feels like it's like when I say government, it's not this huge big circle. Feels like it's smaller, but
Mm.
like really high up, as if like I'm not sure how many people know that this is the true story behind it.
Okay, so it's a very close circle.
It feels that way.
Okay.
Feels like it's intelligence.
And what can we do? Like, what can we, the common people, how can we reclaim our power and our sovereignty in this reality without being a part of these agendas? Or is that just the nature of the course?
It feels like it's seeing a bunch of bombs dropping and just staying focused on, I know where the path is heading,
Mm.
and just staying focused on the future of where the world is moving to. Because when these bombs are dropping, metaphorically, like all the bad things that happen in the world, if we focus on the bombs, like we focus on the bad things that are happening, that keeps us locked in.
Okay, thank you for that. What's so interesting is like since I've been like seeing these Atlas 3I reports, I promise you, and I'm not just saying it after the fact, but it wasn't really like sitting strong in my stomach. I was like, okay, what's the distraction? What do they want us to focus on? Like why what is the narrative? Like this is give like this isn't like what is this giving? And I remembered like there's this whole Project Bluebeam conspiracy, but I don't think it's that. I've kind of like, but basically that conspiracy is they where they fake an alien invasion. But with this like Atlas 3I, like it really wasn't like I don't know. I just wasn't really getting a strong like it wasn't getting my attention. Usually when something stands out to me and it grabs my attention, I'm like, okay, like there's something there. I need to work with it. And then when we did that session, and that session was literally preparing us for like the stories and the narratives that are gonna come out. And then the 3I story comes out, I was just like, I didn't feel that strong spark that would have been like, it was more of like, a reserved. It was more of like discernment, you know?
Yes, like I don't know, like I get it because when I was feeling like when I was just like connecting to it, like and I heard alien, I'm just like I hear alien, but there's no alien energy in this. Like this is just like man-made. Like this is just
Yes.
human.
Yes, and it makes sense that they're going to want to start the process because they're going to want people to be fear. They're going to need to make their laws, and who knows what those laws will look like, even though we're supposed to have laws that are going to be friendly and inviting and accepting, if their narrative is of fear. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then, oh my gosh, yeah, learning about those entities.
That was wild.
Yes. Do you like know anything about entities before that?
No,
Really? So you
no,
are
I
like
don't.
purely, let me tell
I was, yes, I was channeling all of that.